Jong-yok Sing denies government pressure over lawmakers' behaviour.
Evening, the territorial dispute between China and Japan in the East China Sea took center stage at an international security conference in Singapore today. U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel told the conference America will not look the other way if Beijing tries to restrict navigation or ignore international rules and standards. Alan Booknia reports.
Referring to China's recently expanded air defense zone that includes disputed waters, Chuck Hagel said the claims are destabilizing the region.
But we firmly oppose any nation's use of intimidation or the threat of force to assert those claims. We also oppose any effort by any nation to restrict overflight or freedom of navigation. The United States will not look the other way when fundamental principles of the international order are being challenged.
Hagel's comments threw some weight behind Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's call last night for China to stop destabilizing actions in support of its territorial claims. At issue in this case is the island chain called the Diaoyus by China and the Senkakus by Japan. A researcher with the People's Liberation Army said the arguments of international law were being blurred by Abe's argument to advance his own thinly veiled nationalist goals. Japanese Defense Minister Itsunori Onodera later called for dialogue with China on the territorial dispute. Vietnam, meanwhile, chimed in with its own territorial dispute with China. Defense Minister Phung Quang Tan said Hanoi is considering taking legal action against Beijing in accordance with international law after China deployed an oil rig in an area in the South China Sea claimed by Vietnam. The conference in Singapore, known as the Shangri-La Dialogue, has been a forum for defense chiefs and military commanders from Asia and other world powers. Alan Booknia, TVB News.
8 people have been indicted in connection with a deadly car attack at Tiananmen Square in Beijing last October. 5 people were killed and dozens hurt when a vehicle plowed into a crowd and caught fire. Suspects were arrested within days of that attack. Xinjiang authorities are accusing them of organizing, leading, and participating in a terrorist group and endangering public security with dangerous methods. They will stand trial and face the death penalty if convicted. Their identities have not been revealed. Beijing has said separatists from Xinjiang
As for comments by the outgoing chair, the Independent Police Complaint Council, Jatsu Tong, that Occupy Central will not damage the rule of law, Executive Member Regina Ip said it's difficult to judge if that would indeed be the case. She said it would depend on the actual situation, how many people take part, and how long the occupation lasts. So, Ip said it's premature to say Occupy Central would change the rule of law before it actually takes. She did say social order may be disrupted. Ronnie Samtani, TV News.
The president said today he doesn't believe the government is trying to put pressure on the council. This comes after both the chief executive and the chief secretary wrote to Tsang Ying expressing concern about lawmakers' disorderly behavior. Evelina Lungs.
Earlier this month, unruly behavior by a number of legislators forced the president to cut short the executive's question-and-answer session. It revealed that Chief Executive Leung Chun-ying wrote a letter to the council one day before the session asking Tsang Yuk-sing to prevent such behavior.
I took it seriously. I consulted my secretariat, the Secretariat of the Legislative Council, and I think we did whatever should be done to make sure that meetings would be conducted properly.
And after the Q&A was disrupted, Chief Secretary for Admission Carrie Lam sent a letter of complaint. But the LegCo president said he doesn't believe that the government was trying to exert power over the council. Lam said today responsibility to relations between the government and the legislature. She said any official who is insulted or attacked is her concern. Lam also revealed that she had written a number of letters to the LegCo president about the issues. Evelyn Lang, TVB News.
Turning overseas again and to Thailand, where anti-coup protesters to take to the weekend. They're angry with the military for deciding not to hold elections for a year in order to engineer reforms. In a televised address, Army Chief General Prayut Chan-o-cha said all sides have to stop protesting for his plan to restore democracy to succeed. He says they're currently working to establish a legislative, then a cabinet will be appointed